Welcome, everyone, to South Kitsap High School as the South Kitsap Wolves take on the Newport Knights. We're happy to be coming live to you this evening on SKTV, Channel 205 on Wave Broadband, and also streaming live on the internet with the kitsapsun.com/football. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr from West Sun TV, joined by Kitty Campagna, and from South Kitsap High School student, video production student, Chris Keat is with us tonight. And we are going to have the NJ ROTC and our national anthem. Great job by the South Kitsap High School Band with our national anthem. And even though this is the second week of the high school football season, it's game number one for the South Kitsap Wolves here at home in the friendly confines of Joe Knowles Field. Well, Katie, South Kitsap's game one was over on the other side of the water at Kent Ridge, and a big victory for second-year coach Eric Kent.
Yeah, that was a 40-0 blowout, and not a big surprise with how hard they'd worked over the summer. We're looking for a good game here tonight. Last year, the final score was 33-27 at Newport High School, and that one was won on a last-second touchdown by Bryce Broom. Bryce Broom isn't here anymore, nor is Isaac Dotson, who is the everything on campus at Newport, but they all have some brand new people, and it looks like they are going to have a great game tonight.
And Newport won last week also.
They did, 35-7 over Capital. And
well, Curtis Keat from the South Kitsap video program had a chance to talk with Coach Eric Canton before the game. And Curtis, what did Coach Canton have to say?
Well, he said, as you probably know since they had a shutout last week, that their biggest strength is defense. However, their offense and special teams could use a little bit of fine-tuning as far as consistency, but hopefully that'll come as the season goes on.
So what were his thoughts on Newport?
Well, as you remember from last year, they are a very tough team. He thinks it will be a very good challenge, definitely not a blowout like last game, so he's looking forward to it, as am I.
Well, don't you think this is a great setup? They will go into Narrows League play having played a very difficult game.
Yes, that's a very good setup indeed.
Well, of course, South Kitsap, 4A size high school in the always tough Narrows League. And tonight here at Joe Knowles Field, we have even got the weather report. Kitty, can you read that?
It is 63.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 87% humidity, and that's why I'm sweating. Wind speed is 1 mile per hour, south-southwest, and our pressure at 29.86, a dew point of 59 degrees. I love these. We don't typically get that kind of info.
Nice. And if we have the yellow line and the blue line, I will have died and gone to heaven, I think.
My daughters say they don't know how anyone ever watched a football game without the yellow line.
Well, we want to thank Mike Downham, the instructor here at South Kitsap High School, for the video program. And boy, we were thinking about it. It's been going on for a number of years. And a great program, award-winning. In fact, at halftime, they'll have a special program on some of the awards that the South Kitsap video production won.
Well, well-deserved, too. They have been doing such a great job. Curtis, how long have you been with the program?
I've been here since last year. I came in second trimester of last year, and I kind of immediately became one of the big guys. Mr. Downham always
That was
gives me-
height.
Yeah, I'm only 6'4", come on.
Only. Oh, my Lord. You're talking to the land of my whole family. We're the same height and somewhere between 5 foot and 5'4".
Well, we want to thank Peninsula Subaru for making it possible for the kitsapsun.com to stream a live high school football game of the week. And I think the communities all around really enjoy that possibility of seeing one team here from Kitsap County live on the internet. It's kitsapsun.com/football.
That is correct. Now, the really cool thing is that South normally does it on their SK district. So, not that we want the competition, but we do want to point out that there are opportunities for people to watch South absolutely every week that they play at home.
Yeah, and not only the football games, but we have basketball, wrestling, choir concerts, talent shows. We show pretty much everything we can live on TV.
Well, when you have a channel dedicated to, which is channel 205, filling it with programming must be half the battle.
Yeah, we gotta replay a lot of stuff. You know, sometimes we'll just replay stuff from like 2005.
There are some good highlights from back then,
Yeah.
so why not? We like to all go back in time.
And the only high school, at least in our county, that has their own channel thanks to Wave Broadband.
That is correct. So it looks like we are about ready to start a football game that the South Kitsap Wolves are going to be kicking off and Newport is going to receive.
Two men in the back for Newport down about the 15-yard line. Pretty nice boot, and it's picked up at that 15-yard line, out to about the 25, maybe close to the 30. I think they'll mark it at just about the 30, it looks like.
Now, we were told Ian Van Giesen is the starting kicker, so he's a junior, 6'2", 173. Pretty good boot to start the game.
Good kickoff, and the Newport Knights are going to start out here on offense. Quarter number one just underway.
The guy to look for as far as running the ball is number 32, Paul Wells. And I was unable to find out the quarterback, but I'm thinking we can do that if we can come up with a number, Doc.
Yeah, out there now, it's number 15 at the QB spot, which would be Jordan Sandberg. Oh, and a bit of yardage there for the Knights. In fact, I think it's going to be a first down where they're going to mark it about an 11-yard run to begin things out with.
Oh, and actually, Doc, I had that information. Coach Mike Miller from Newport sent me his depth chart for all the kick return, the hands teams, punt return, offense, defense. So I just hadn't read it properly yet. So
And that was Kumba Chisabuka, who is on that run there, picked up a first down for the Newport Knights.
That was one of the pronunciations he gave us as well, Kumbu.
Oh, there's a nice attempt at the tackle, and it slowed him up enough so that the rest of the South Kitsap line, and that was Marshad DeWalt starting it out, and then 4 or 5 other guys in it.
I saw Forrest Bingham somewhere in the area.
Now, you mentioned, Curtis, that this is a relatively young team. Coach Canton lost a whole bunch of seniors.
Yes, he
but
did.
At the same time, these guys all had, a lot of them, playing experience from last year.
Yes, and also a lot of them are from Sedgwick, and we played for Coach Canton back at Sedgwick, so we have experience with the coach. So, you know, people were worried because of the new coach, but overall he wasn't really that new to us.
There's a lot of South Kitsap roots in this coaching staff, and then there's some North Kitsap roots that are brand new this year with Jared Prince coming in as the quarterbacks coach.
And then Coach Ellis from Bremerton.
Exactly.
And again, a pretty good stop by that South Kitsap defense, slowed up at first there by number 27, Deshaun Booker, and then again another 4 or 5 Wolves right in there. And Kitty, you had some amazing statistics about the SKD at last week's game.
They managed to hold the other team to 43 yards total and a negative yard as far as rushing went. Now that's been already topped, but they might be able to move some people backwards before the day ends.
Well, it's third down short, but still third down, and they're going to get another first down and got some running room. In fact, a broken tackle or two and almost a clear shot into the end zone.
And that was Kenny Lofgren, I believe, number 12, it looked like to me.
That's what I saw out there, Kenny Lofgren.
Looks like there's a penalty on the play.
Uh-oh. And it's going to go against the Knights, the direction everybody is moving there.
Boy,
There were a couple missed tackles on that one. It looked like they had them stopped not for the first down, but it looked like they had them stopped a lot shorter than where they eventually got them down.
Well, and the other thing I saw, you always hear about leg strength that someone is supposed to have. That runner was able to get away from just a grab. You really have to wrap him up.
I didn't catch the penalty, but I
It was
believe
a
it
holding
was holding.
call. Yep. Holding call out there, so that moves them back 10 yards. They'll get the down over again, so it's still third down, but now it's third down and 10 plus maybe half.
Well, Doc, I failed to get the referees. I will try to do that at halftime. I didn't go over to our PA guys to see if they knew who they are tonight.
So we'll have to call on the man in the white hat.
Exactly.
At least for the time being. And again, quarterback right under center. He's one of the quarterbacks that crouches down. And a handoff. Good defense by South Kitsap. Once again, that swarming defense. And they might not be as big as some lines, but you can see their speed.
Very fast, very aggressive. Coach Ken always taught us to have 11 helmets on the ball.
And he's getting close to that number these last couple of defensive stances.
Well, what I read, too, is that this is a wishbone type of offense, and it is assignment football. These guys they'll have a number. They'll have someone that they are on, and they have to cover them or they're going to be in huge trouble.
And still in their own territory, the Knights are going to have to punt away.
Wolves do a nice job of getting that, after that penalty, stopping it.
Oh, blocked punt! Beautiful job out there by the South Kitsap Wolves, and still on his feet at the 10, the 5, and the ball went into the end zone, and he was down anyway before.
That was number 43, Ramon Marin.
We've always heard ground cannot cause a fumble, Kitty. But what a great job by 43 out there.
Not just blocking it, but having the wherewithal to pick that baby up and run. That was a nice job.
And so suddenly here at the 8:22 mark and quarter number 1, a big break for the South Kitsap Wolves. Beautiful block punt and takeaway as South Kitsap moves it down inside the Knight 5-yard line.
That's how the offense likes to start off their.
They like to start in the other team's 5. Yeah, that's not a bad way to begin your night.
And it looks to me like they're going to place it just about the 1-yard line. First down and 1 to go.
Here comes Cooper Canton.
Now we've got a whistle and flag in the end zone.
Illegal procedure on South Kitsap already. I don't know if they had a substitution that was not allowed.
Well, that's a 5-yarder, so it moves him back to about the 6-yard line. Still first down, though. And South's going to huddle up again. Just to be sure everybody's on the same page here.
Junior Cooper Canton behind center.
Big fake.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
There it is. The first points in the ball game go to the South Kitsap Wolves at the 8:16 mark. Nice job there by South Kitsap. Very efficient, and QB
Cooper Canton.
and
I thought it went to Marcus
Receiver.
Burke.
That's who it went
was
to.
the receiver,
Both
35.
on the same page and a lot of space out there.
Plus, you had the tight end out blocking ahead of him, so that worked out very well.
Here's kind of a unusual setup here for, I see the kicker behind there, but are they really going to? And sure enough, ball down, and number 96 puts it through the uprights. That would be Bryson Boyer.
And I do think actually he is who did the original kickoff as well. Well, so we get to hear the South Kitsap band and their fight song. So we've heard some incredible things about the band lately. What have you heard, Curtis?
Well, the band a couple years ago won this big Battle of the Bands competition, so they won $10,000 for winning it, and so they got to buy a bunch of new equipment, and ever since they've had very high standards as far as how they run things, and so they're a very good band.
Well, that was a great shot by the camera crew showing us the band in the stands. They have some pretty fancy uniforms, and it was the only way we could enter this building was through the band room. I was kind of scared among all those people all dressed up.
The band is also very spirited. They go to all the sporting events and support all of our teammates, and they get the crowd pumped up. It's a very nice thing for us to have.
Gary Grams is the band director, and I remember a few years ago the South Kitsap High School band was down at the Rose Parade.
That is correct. I remember had friends raising money to get their kids there. And you are so correct, Curtis. Being in the band is like being in a sport, maybe even more so, because the amount of time that they put into it and the number of events that they have to show up at. I always thought, I was always happy my children did not choose band because that was a lot of work for a parent too.
Boyer gets the kickoff off, and Newport again picks it up at about that 10-yard line and moves it out to their own 40-yard line. And getting up off the bottom of that pile for the Newport Knights, number 32 out there, Paul Wells. Head coach Mike Miller for the Newport Knights.
It's about his 10th year as the head coach, and he's had quite a bit of success up there.
They're a power team in the west side, in fact, in the state of Washington in football.
Last year their motto was finish, and this year I'm not sure what the motto is, but I think they want to go beyond finish somehow.
All right, first down for the Knights. And it's still Sandberg out there as QB.
And that was one of those examples of assignment football. One person has to know that they're on quarterback. So if he does not make that initial handoff, you better be tackling him.
Man, that's close to a 4.5-yard pickup. Oh, they're going to, about 4.5, 5 yards there. Second down now for the Knights. Ball out at just beyond their 45-yard line. Man goes in motion. And let's see. Oh, he breaks free. He's got a first down and more out to the 40-yard line of the South Kitsap Wolves.
That
was
was
a good fake by the quarterback.
It was, and then Kumbu Chizubuka taking it. He is 5'8", 158. He looks a little more solid than that. He looks about that tall, but he certainly looked like a tough guy to bring down.
So another first down. Newport has been able to put a few first downs on the board so far.
Yeah, it was the penalty that cost them in that first drive.
Well, we've got a timeout here at Joe Knowles Field. 7:17 left to go in the first quarter. And the South Kitsap Wolves up 7-0 over that Newport Knights. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna, and also with us, South Kitsap High School video student Curtis Keat. And Curtis, so far, how does it look to you?
Well, I think it looks great. I think our defense looks pretty awesome as well as our offense. A little fine-tuning needs to be done, but it's the first home game, and it's the first quarter, a lot of game left. This crowd is pumped. This band is pumped. It's going to be a fun night.
Well, and as most of you know out there, this is real grass on this field.
Which is exactly why they don't get any playoff games. It has to be artificial turf to do the playoff games.
Okay, first down for the Knights. Ball will be at just about the 46-yard line.
I always hated playing on turf.
It is painful, isn't it?
Got to wear long socks.
And now it's a keeper by the quarterback. He's going to pick up some positive yardage, but
Flag
there's
flying.
that yellow hanky.
Flags are flying everywhere.
I like the other night in the pro football game where the guy had to throw his hat finally because he'd already thrown his flag. He needed something else.
Gets pretty chaotic in the NFL.
Yeah, we will see here in just a moment. No block in the back against the Newport Knights.
Penalties really a problem right now for the Knights.
They've definitely hurt them on a couple of drives that were starting to look pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that'll move them
Seen
back.
a few extra shoves as well in this game. Looks like they're already getting into it.
Well, it's the second week of the season. Everybody's starting to feel their game.
Well, these are two quality programs that you expect some little bit of a feeling out there.
First and 15,
Uh-oh.
and look at that wide open. They have been trying to hit that hole all night, and they finally have done it and put 6 on the board.
And that is Kumbu Chizabuku.
He's the one that's done most of the running except for the quarterback so far tonight.
There is a bit of advantage to his small size as he can move a lot faster than some of these big guys.
Tough
Well,
to see, too, coming out of the
yeah.
backfield.
And
So-
they have been going to that same hole a lot so far.
And this
It's-
time they didn't hold to
Nope.
get that hole. So that's kind of the difference.
So at the
Defense needs-
6:58 mark, Newport put 6 on the board. And through the uprights.
Barely.
So
Tie ball game.
we're tied up at 7-7, 6:58. So didn't take a whole lot of time from the South Kitsap kickoff to Newport answering.
Yeah, that was almost a little over a minute because South Kitsap scored with about 8:18. So really quick coming down that field.
Well, and to Newport's credit, that's what you have to do. You really, if a team puts, especially in a situation like they had with the block punts and then the ball being moved in from 5 yards out, you got to respond to that. And Newport did it. Coach Mike Miller had his team marching down there and put the points on the board.
Well, in softball, they talk about winning the inning. And it's the same type of attitude here where you've just had them score because of a mistake you made. You come back and score it. There's no advantage anymore.
And there's our South Kitsap cheerleaders out there. A great crowd down below us on the home side.
Again, award-winning, right,
Yes,
Curtis?
they actually won state last year. They were our only state champion team last year.
I believe Olympic High School also, that their cheerleaders did that. So that's pretty impressive. I realize they're one's 4A, one's 2A, but
Yep.
for the cheer squads to do that out
And
of
they were
this
full
area.
of sophomores last year as well. So
Wow.
they're still pretty young.
Again, I believe most places you can earn a letter now as a cheerleader, which is so correct. If you
I
know
earned
the
a letter in video production last
Oh,
year.
well, there you are.
Right
I love it. I know they have it in choir, they have it
Yeah.
in band, and those are, I really like that they have that out there now. But
And what
those
about
girls,
debate?
My friend
You-
Grayson's
Drama.
in tennis and swim, and he has a Letterman jacket.
there you are.
B&B. Okay, Newport's getting ready to kick off. That's a pretty good boot down to about the 7-yard line. Picked up by South Kitsap, though, and running right up the middle there. Number 25 for South Kitsap. That's Corey Bell.
Corey had a lot of yards in that very first game that they played. He is going to be, they're going to need him to do things tonight as well.
Corey's one of our sophomores. We actually have quite a few sophomores on this team, a few even starting like him.
Well, and the other new thing this year, what do we have new? That have come up from the junior high?
Freshmen.
Yes, exactly.
All
So,
over the C team and JV.
as you said, there's like hundreds of guys out for
There
football.
are like 170-something players on this team.
Wow.
Pitch
don't-
back, and coming around this end, found some running room. That'll
Terrell
be
Bell.
a nice pickup of about 2-3 yards on that one.
Bell is almost the same size as Chizabuku because you look at him, he's 5'9", 150.
He's a track sprinter. One of the state runners for the 4x1 team.
I
He's
did
pretty
read
fast.
that. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
speaking of track, though, with the freshmen coming up, there's going to be like 300 people on the team. It's going to be insane.
The no-cut sport that will go on forever
Oh,
and
man.
ever. But it may change about no-cut. That was always it in junior high anyway.
second down now for the Wolves, and a little over 8.5 to go. Canton Cooper with a nice drop back. Ooh, that was
Blocked
a
by
scary
44.
pass right there into the middle of double team. It was meant for Braden Maynard.
Both Jake Clifford and Nick Keithley, it's a whole new spelling, in on that breakup.
Okay, that's going to bring up third down now for the Wolves, and they've got some distance to go. They put 9 up on the scoreboard. It is going to be a bit of a work here for the South Kitsap Wolves, and there they are in that I formation, Kitty, that we've seen for so many years here at SK.
You know, you don't mess with success, I'll tell you that.
Uh-oh, look out, and Canton
Ooh.
Cooper is taken down deep in the backfield by number 51, and that would be Bennett Long, one of the captains for the Newport Knights.
There are 4 captains on this Newport team, and they had an article about them in their paper. Pretty excited about the guys they've chosen, Bennett being one of them, a senior, 6'2", 220, and poor little Eric Canton getting all 220 of those pounds on top of him.
And a personal foul is going to be tagged to the Newport Knights. That yellow flag is way up here at the 40-yard line. And so South Kitsap, they are living by the luck of the Irish
They're
today.
living by the yellow hanky
So
is what
far.
they're living by. Now, I have not seen, well, as you said, it was a personal foul, but if that flag's all the way up there, that doesn't sound like it was roughing the passer. It was probably something else that happened upfield. Extracurriculars, we call that.
And it's going to be marked off from the original line of scrimmage. And boy, that's a big one. That's a 15-yarder. It's going to move the ball all the way out to the South Kitsap 48-yard line, and a first down for the Wolves.
Doc, that's a change of almost more than 30 yards from where the quarterback was brought down and where South Kitsap ended up with that ball.
Cooper seems to take a lot of hits when he's playing. He's a pretty tough kid.
Well, we've got another timeout here. 6:35 at number 1, all tied up at 7-7.
Loving our video graphics here, letting you know that both teams have 2 timeouts left, giving you the timeout, the down and distance. Some nice work by this video group.
Well, it's always a pleasure to work with South Kitsap TV. It's like we don't have to haul tons of equipment for hours and hours before
We just
the
have to
game.
haul our wonderful voices.
We had it all ready for you.
I know, that's wonderful.
Well, and the hours that it took to prepare for this, because they had to set up some new camera positions this year, and we know about string and cable, not one of my most fun things to do.
Yeah. Got to give some recognition to Matthew Swagger. He's our technical producer, and he works his butt off for this program. We would be nothing without him.
He's crazy.
Yeah, he
and
sure does work
you've
hard.
got to be to do what he does. There's no doubt about it.
Well, first down for the South Kitsap Wolves, and they're right up close to midfield on their own 48.
Trying to enter night territory.
Cooper Canton with the handoff to the second man through, number 21. He's not going to get too far. That's Taro Bell.
Bennett Long bringing him down again using basic jersey maneuver there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard on that one. Second down now for the Wolves.
Now,
Actually, a great football night out weather-wise.
Oh.
Not too hot. It is a little humid, I'll admit that.
I wondered when I moved to Nebraska again. I cannot believe the humidity this summer.
Okay, second down for the Wolves. Close to midfield.
Trust me, soon it's going to start pouring rain.
Short drop back, and just off the fingertips of intended receiver Dylan Garcia.
Nice job by Cooper to send that actually too long as opposed to too short. There were 2 defenders there. Had that not had enough distance, that could have easily been picked.
And sometimes it takes quarterbacks a long time to learn that, Kitty, Geno Smith.
Oh, yes.
You throw it
Oh,
over your
don't
intended
even
receiver and make the receiver go for it, especially when you got a double team on you. Okay, third down
He's
now.
better than Mark Sanchez, that's for sure.
Third down now for the Wolves. Quick pass right across the middle.
Logan
It's
Niles.
a good reception, good play, but it's not going to get, well, it's going to be very close to the first down. We'll have to see where they mark it. And
Senior
it
Logan
is.
Knowles.
The man in the white hat says first down. So South Kitsap coming up with a great play there.
Well, I think that's one of our pet peeves is when that receiver doesn't go far enough, when he knows what he needs for a first down. And I didn't think he'd quite gotten it. So.
I thought it might have been just a wee bit short too.
Just a
but
wee bit.
Good job. First down for South Kitsap into Newport territory. Hand off to that second running back once again, Corey Bell. And
Now, one of the guys bringing him down is number 50, and that is Calvin Throckmorton. His name does not fit on the back of his jersey if they put him there. He is 6'6", 262 pounds, a junior. It's said that University of Washington is looking at him, and I can see why. He is one specimen out there.
When you have that body and that athleticism, you're pretty much unstoppable.
second down now for the Wolves. Again, it's a handoff to Bell. This time he's got a fairly decent pickup of about 5-6 yards on that one. Moves it down to about the 35. And he'll bring up third down and about 5 yards to go, maybe a little less for that first.
Much better job by the offensive line getting a little push and giving some space for Bell to work with. There were, again, some extracurriculars. Referees doing a nice job of just making sure they're separating. You don't have to throw the flag every time.
Let them play the game, you know.
Big third down here for South Kitsap to try to keep this drive alive. This time it's a pitch back running around this near end, and this time Bell is not going to make it. And getting up off the bottom of there, one of those guys is number 10, Connor Bauman.
He's, again, another one of their captains, 6'3", 222, and a senior.
Man, they have some big lads out there.
Yeah, we got some tall people, but not super big.
Yeah, those are pretty good weights for high school linebackers.
They are, definitely, and pretty much the guys that Coach Mike Miller is counting on this year.
Well, here's fourth down for the Wolves, and it does look like they're going to punt. It's Cooper Canton doing the kicking, so I suppose you never know. But this one is a punt, and it's going to go pretty good punt. It's going to kick out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So South Kitsap has pinned Newport back to their own 5-yard line with 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Well, Cooper's dad was a punter. In fact, he punted for the University of Washington. Now, we noticed as well when we were looking at pictures that he and his dad have kind of the same balding pattern already going on.
Yep, Cooper does have a leg as well.
And it, to me, is just that one added thought in the other coach's mind. Here's a quarterback. Maybe he'll stand back there and throw the long one.
Have you met Johnny Elway?
Also very good at punt fakes.
Okay, first down for Newport, but they're deep in their own territory. Man goes into motion. It's a handoff to the running back, and he'll pick up about 3 on that.
Ramon Marin.
Number 28 running off on the side, that Brian Settionum. Just kind of a decoy right now, but from what I've seen, he has definitely been used.
Jordan Sandberg, the quarterback out there for Newport, is only a junior. Second down, about 6-7 to go. Short drop back, pass is dropped. That would have been first down territory.
And that looked like it hit him in that tough spot called the hands.
And that number 24, Lil Kalima, he was all over that. He was ready to pick that off.
I remember his name a lot last year as well. Quite a talented young man.
Third down coming up for the Newport Knights. 3rd and 5, it says. Let's see how Sandberg handles this one. And again, it's number 21 around that far side, driven out of bounds.
I believe I saw a flag fly.
It's going to be a first down, not counting the flag, and yes, indeed, and this one's deep in the backfield. Actually, about the original line of scrimmage.
And that was 24 with the run again, but it's going to be called back.
And it's a hold call. Kumbu Chizabuka. He's been doing some running, and that right side of the defensive line has been where almost all of the Newport running plays have been going.
I haven't checked, but I believe we should check to see where number 50 is, because Throckmorton also plays offense. And I'd run behind my 6'6" guy. At how many pounds was that again? 262. Yeah, that could be a big hole.
Oh, and again, penalties, the nemesis here for the Newport Knights in quarter number 1. So far, moving them once again back deep into their own territory. 3rd down now, and about 13 to go.
That can get pretty exhausting to just recover the same ground. They're probably thinking a little bit of deja vu right now.
Sandberg with the handoff to the running back. He's found some running room, and he's going to get out for the first down. South Kitsap had him back there, and again, just some fine blocking up on that offensive line for the Knights.
Well, this time they went with first man through. They have been consistent with totally different plays, so you aren't sure which one they're going to give it to. They have so many options.
First down for the Newport Knights. They got out of a big hole on that one. Down deep in their own territory, moved it out to their 27-yard line.
As you can see, there's only about a minute 45 left here in the first quarter.
3-man backfield behind Sandberg. Man goes in motion to that far side.
Motion by the defense.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a pitch out. Look at that, way outside, but South Kitsap, even though they had a couple of guys on that first runner through, there were enough left to get out and drop the man for maybe a 1-yard gain.
Marcus Burke, one of them in on it, number 35. Boy, that was well played. You knew that they're going to try that eventually tonight, and you like to see your man at assignment football, knowing who you're supposed to be on.
2nd down and about 9 to go. Under a minute here in this first quarter. Again, there's that little shift up there on the defensive line. And that shift, found an opening for the
Logan
Newport
Knowles
runner, but he got met with emphasis by Logan Knowles. Yes, indeed. That was a hit, but they got enough for a first down.
One thing I love about Coach Ken, though, is he stresses tackling properly.
That was proper.
That
That was very
Yeah.
proper.
That was a
Better than most NFL tackles I see.
That was called knowing where you were supposed to be, and he stopped the man coming up his alley.
Newport Knights with 24 seconds and the clock running have a first down, but now it's the clock that they've got to beat if they want to put any more points on the board in this first quarter. There again is that opening to that left side of the offensive line.
Definitely enough
Another
for a
first.
first down.
And the clock is stopped at 9.7 as they move the chains.
Exactly.
Here we go, wind it up, and I don't know if Newport's going to get another one off. I think they're just going to wait for the quarter to end, as it does right now, and we have a tie after quarter number 1 here at Joe Knowles Field in Port Orchard, and it's the Newport Knights 7 and the South Kitsap Wolves 7. Well, things got a little sloppy for Newport with all those penalties, but at the same time, they seem to be able to pull themselves back together to get in this tie.
Well, if Coach Canton, he says their strength is defense, and they do have a tough defense, but this Newport team, when they're not committing penalties, they've been running over them quite a bit.
They do have a bit of a different offensive style than what they are used to as well.
That is correct. So that's why we predicted a close game. So far we're looking good, aren't we?
First quarter.
We do have a very well-rounded defense, and I think they will begin to adjust, and they're definitely ready for passing plays. They haven't done much passing, but they're ready for it.
Well, we want to thank Mike Downham and the South Kitsap TV production crew for bringing you all of this. Curtis mentioned earlier Matthew Swaggart, the production manager. Happy to have Curtis Keith with us up here in the booth. You are in SKTV and you work with Wolf Tracks.
Yes. We aren't doing Wolf Tracks anymore, but I am one of the WTV producers and anchors, and I do a lot of the live events as well.
Are they doing a daily news show here at the high school?
Yes, every morning we have the morning announcements live on this channel, live in all the classrooms, and even live on the radio, so you can hear it on the radio. But I don't imagine too many people listen to it on the radio.
So you mean if I got up, which is a big if, I could be watching channel 205 and would I be seeing your live announcements?
Yes.
Oh,
I have friends in Bremerton who see me on TV.
Maybe I'll DVR it, because I could do that.
I would appreciate that very much.
Okay, we're getting ready to begin the second quarter, all tied up here, and after switching sides, it's Newport. First down on just about midfield.
Yeah, that didn't take a whole lot of work to switch where they were at, did it?
Nope. Man fakes motion, comes forward, and he's the one that's going to get that ball.
Oh, there's the ball out, but after the whistle.
I think that was Ramon Marn on their first, followed by other SK Wolves.
And that was Paul Wells with the run, number 32.
Yeah, and they're going to give him about, looks like close to 8 yards on that. That'll bring up a second down and 2. And the ball is placed at the South Kitsap 41-yard line.
Cute little cheerleader there.
Sandberg under center, again a power backfield. Pretty good job that time by the South Kitsap D.
I have to admit, between his 3 handoffs or pretend handoffs, I missed the first one, and I had a guy running for a touchdown for a minute there.
Daniel
I'd be
Avila.
surprised how all these people can fake.
Well, it wasn't enough though for the first down. All they needed was 2 yards. They moved the ball down to the 37-yard line of South Kitsap, and a first down again for Jordan Sandberg and the Newport Knights. Now he's got only one man directly behind him. Puts an off man in motion. That's who's going to get it. A missed tackle. Yes, indeed. And number 24 picking up some good yardage. Kumbu Chizabuka.
Takedown by Deshaun Booker.
And they're moving those chains again. The chain guys are starting to get a workout here.
Well, they have shown South many different formations, as you've explained, Doc.
They certainly have.
Most of them have involved the run, which I know that one of their co-captains is number 80, Drew Sample, the tight end, who is an excellent receiver. I keep waiting for that little pass to happen.
First down for the Knights. Same man in motion. And
This time he does have it.
Yep, just what you had predicted, Kitty. It was a handoff
That
to
one
the
was,
far side,
Yep.
and ended up going right in for the touchdown.
The running game really seems to be working the Knights' favor. It seems that the defense is tiring out already.
you're exactly correct. When you just keep pounding them at them like that, it is really hard to stand out there. I know they have hundreds of people on the roster, but not 100 who are going to be out there starting or even on their depth chart.
Ball is down, and let's see, through the upright. So Newport takes the lead 14-7 at the 10-minute and 1 second mark here in the second quarter. And Newport controlled the ball for about the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first quarter and the first 5 minutes here of this second quarter.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with that. It was really weird because there was like a dress rehearsal of that exact play where I watched the guy and knew he would have headed for a touchdown. And obviously the coaches saw that as well and repeated that play, but handed it off to 32 that time.
And we have to remember, Newport started out with a penalty, putting them way back in their own territory on what ended up being a scoring drive ending in the second quarter.
So, Doc, when you figure out your yardage, you know, these guys went probably 140 yards eventually to get that touchdown, covering some space a couple times, but that is signs of a very good team to overcome offensive penalties.
Our good old band was just playing some Sir Mix-a-Lot. It's always entertaining.
Now, Sir Mix-a-Lot out of Bremerton, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to be Cheeto Chang, number 5, kicking for the Newport Knights, who now lead the Wolves by 7, 14-7.
Certainly plenty of time for the South Kitsap team to come back. We have to see what they have in their offensive gauntlet.
And of course, not even halftime yet. So the coaches, I'm sure during halftime, will discuss that openings in the defensive line.
You know, that's got to be interesting to be in there to listen to the adjustments that they're making and see what they can do to make it go a little bit better.
Oh, a low kick. It's picked up, though, at about the 3 or 4 yard line.
There goes Corey Bell.
Back to the 20, 30, out to the 45.
And brought down by Michael Calaboso. I thought he had a clear lane, and the last block just wasn't there.
So a great run back by number 24. Or not number 24.
25.
25, Corey Bell. And that's going to give South Kitsap some decent starting position here on this drive.
Bell is just a sophomore, so
Yeah,
he's got some years ahead of him, doesn't
He's
he?
one of the few that's actually starting on varsity, so that's quite impressive for sophomore year.
43 is where the 43-yard line of South is where they'll start out, and it's a handoff to the second back, Taro Bell.
I'm surprised they haven't used Marshad yet because he's very powerful.
Marshad DeWalt,
Yes. He's just a truck.
5'5", 234. Would he be square? Pretty much.
Second down now for South Kitsap, a pickup of about 3 on that first one. Cooper Canton pitches back to, once again, Bell. And a pretty nice job by the Newport D. I think they're going to lose maybe half a yard on that one.
I thought they had that strung out and the block set up, but Newport did a really nice job of making it around the block.
Gotta love these little kid ball retrievers.
They work harder than anybody else out there.
They do a lot of sprinting out there.
Well, it's going to bring up a third down now for the South Kitsap Wolves. They're still in their own territory at about the 46-yard line. 8:32 left to go in this first half. Cooper down, pitch back to the runner coming this way, and again, not much room. They're going to give him a yard or two on that, but boy, that Newport defense is starting to look pretty tough.
Well, they get through that first block so quickly because that really was a well-developed play. Had that first block been out there, he might not have gotten the first down, but I think there were at least a good 8-9 yards out there.
Well, that'll bring up a 4th and a long 4. So South Kitsap is going to have to kick away. Cooper Canton back there. And number 23 blocking for him. That would be DeWalt.
Nice kick.
Good height on that. And Newport picks it up at about their 25-yard line. And that height gave the South Kitsap D to get right down there and put him down without much of a run back at all.
I actually thought he'd put his hand up at first, but obviously not. I'm the only one who saw that.
Those are becoming more and more tricky. A fair catch. Pretty soon they'll probably have to go to replay to see if his hand was above his shoulder or not.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the case. It has to be visible to these poor guys with the helmets on.
Okay, Newport's going to take over. They're down on their own 25-yard line with 7:30 left to go in this first half. Both quarterbacks playing right under center so far. Hand off to the one running back. He'll pick up a few yards. Pretty good job, though, by the South Kitsap defenders on that one.
Love to see them all come unpiled.
Kyle Carpenter gets up out of there. Number 56, Tyler Pinkerton. So just about 5 yards on that. Bringing up 2nd down and 5.
Anytime you can go first and get 5 yards, that just shortens the field for you. It's so nice. You have so many opportunities what you can do on that 2nd down.
And it's a handoff to the back that was crossing, and they're going to mark him at just about the line of scrimmage. So a good job by the D there to drop him.
Coach Canton's got to like what he saw on that particular play. Now, if we're going by time of possession, this Newport team certainly has had the ball a whole lot more time than the South Kitsap team. They're one score coming right after that turnover on the block punt.
Well, here's a big opportunity for the South Kitsap defense to stop these Newport Knights. Sandberg under center. 32 goes in motion, and it's a handoff. Cut around this side. Nice job by
defense all over that.
Defense. And I think the guy that got him first was 43, Ramon Marin.
Definitely.
Been one of our main players so far as defense.
Or Raymond or Ramon?
Ramon.
Ramon, okay. All right, that was a huge play for the South Kitsap defense there. Bringing up 4th down, ball is in Newport territory at their own 32-yard line. So you would think they'd kick it away, but
this is
appears
interesting.
not. Coach Miller.
Wow.
Is he going to try to pull him off?
Very important stop here for the defense if they can do it.
32 in motion. Oh!
No.
He did.
No.
Let's see. I did not see a person in white move.
We'll see whether there was a twitch.
Nope. The way they're facing, they're going to walk that 5 yards off and move the chains. Ooh, some smart football out there by Coach Miller and Jordan Sandberg.
Here's my guess. They've worked on this more than once in practice with the cadence of the call. And had they not pulled them off, they would have called timeout and punted.
Yep, but they got themselves a first. So they're moving that ball.
And that's
First
something
down.
in the film room they'll look at, they'll figure this out. South isn't going to be killed by that.
And that's a pretty quick stop. 24 was running it, but a nice job there. 79, one of the guys in on that, and that would be Forrest Bingham. Actually, they're going to drop them back a yard. Second down now and 11 to go.
About one of their very few negative yardage plays other than things caused by penalties tonight.
4:22 left to go here in the opening half of first home game for the South Kitsap Wolves.
Doc, we're going to be spoiled because we have all the things like score and time and on the screen.
And another pretty nice handoff, a first down for number 24, and he's into the Wolf territory. That would be Kumba Chizabuka.
Ramon Marin bringing him down again. Really nice blocking out on that side. It's tough enough to get your block when you are stationary, but these guys are moving and blocking.
Under 4. And the South Kitsap defense put together a couple of really good stands, and then this last one, they just found that opening to get that first down. And of course, things kept alive by that offside penalty.
32 in motion, that's Wells.
Great.
Oh, there's a good drop in the backfield. 54 for the South Kitsap Wolves, Tyler Ludlow.
Great play recognition by Tyler Ludlow. He didn't fall for that fake at all.
And it's kind of, they do a good job on those fakes out there. They basically, besides the quarterback who can run, as we have seen,
Yes.
they've got two guys kind of out on the corners, one at least usually crossing, and then the back runner, the running
they've
back.
been putting Wells in motion a lot, and then Kumbu Chizabuku just running straight. Wells in motion.
Loss of 4. And again, pretty good stop by South Kitsap's defense coming together once again. They'll pick up a yard or two, but not back even to the original line of scrimmage.
You're getting fired up, man.
Ball is just inside the 45-yard line of the Wolves. Third down now and about 12 to go for a first down.
A little over 2:40 left here in the half, and we see our band lining up. They'll be doing a halftime show.
And again, stay tuned at halftime. We got a great program on the South Kitsap Video Production Award winners. Okay, third down, and we've said it before, another big chance for the South Kitsap D, and we have a whistle. Timeout, says our referees, and this time it's Newport going to call it.
So Coach Miller obviously seeing that he's got some distance to go, 3rd and 13. They've been able to cover that running so far. I think, what do you remember so far passing? I know there was one drop pass, and I don't know if they've even put it up other than that.
Yeah, it's hard to think. I can't think of it really either, another one.
I know they have that as part of their game, but when you just can keep running over a defense and wearing them out, that's always a good way to go. And quite often that's the way it is in high school football.
Chizabuka, a 5'8" junior, listed at 158. Paul Wells is also a junior running back, 5'10", 155. Pretty similar look for two of the running backs out there.
Sounding like clones to me.
There's a couple big guys there in that front line for the Knights, 75, 77.
76, Nolan
76,
Anderson, the
yeah.
senior at 257, 6'2". Quarterback
And
still
it's
has
a
it.
pitch out to that side. Running back, oh, good job. Good job there. The running back almost had a free open space, but pulled down by Kyle Carpenter.
Yeah, slowed down by another Wolf first. Just enough
Now
that
this
the rest
time
of his pack could come in on it.
It's 4th down and 10, so you can't get the 5 yards through a penalty, an offsides. So,
Unless they did it twice.
well,
Unless they do it twice, that's correct.
In that case, offsides persons may be running laps.
Bear crawls. most likely.
Okay.
He'll be out after the first one.
Here we go, though. They're going to go for it. 4th and 10 to keep the ball going for the Knights. It goes to 32 around that right side. He's got some running room. It's first down and finally wrestled down to the ground, but there's a flag. Number 8, Kyle Carpenter, finally brought him down, but at the point of tackle, there's a yellow flag.
Wondering if there might have been a face mask or a horse collar on that one a little bit.
But again, after 2 or 3 great stops by the defense, they got over that right side.
Grabbed him by the shoulder pad, basically, so I think they called horse collar.
And it will go against South Kitsap.
South had done a really nice job as far as not getting a lot of the yellow, other than, unfortunately, the offsides in this one, which will not only extend, but move this drive closer to with 1:21 left.
Personal foul, horse collar.
But the good news is he got him down. I wasn't sure he was going to get him down.
First down, ball is on the 13-yard line. Sandberg puts man in motion. He keeps it. Sandberg's got it. Talk about some trickery. I don't know if that was intentional trickery or not, but it worked. They'll place the ball down at about the 4-yard line. It'll be second down. 52 seconds, under a minute.
Hurrying up to that line.
And it was enough for a first, so it's first and goal to go. Jordan Sandberg, junior quarterback for the Knights. Fakes a handoff. He's going to hang on to it. South Kitsap's going to keep him out of the end zone, though.
Good swarming defense right there at the goal line.
Tyler Pinkerton, one of the guys getting up off of that. But unfortunately, they still got 3 plays left.
Only 30 seconds, but
Clock is running.
they do have one timeout as well.
Uh-oh, ball almost loose. And there's not going to be much of gain on that.
But there is a touchdown, according to the one official.
Oh, well,
Guy on the left.
Must have just got it far enough before getting dropped. I thought the South Kitsap D might have had him stopped on that one. But another 6 points on the board for the Newport Knights. Chang kicking, and that one is through the uprights. Make it 21-7 now for the Newport Knights, and only 16.8 seconds left here in the first half.
Boy, that's a tough way to go into the locker room if that's the way it's going to be.
Newport will definitely have a lot of momentum going.
Well, and South Kitsap had some really nice defensive plays during that whole drive, but Newport just kept pounding and pounding, and they have such a variety of sets that they bring in something new every time.
And of course, the big penalty.
Yeah.
Once again, we saw a penalty this time against South Kitsap, who's played relatively free penalty.
Flag free.
Yeah, so far this first half, but that was a big one, moving Newport down. And of course, that fake call where they pulled South Kitsap offside and got that 5 for the first down to keep the drive going.
I know, I was looking forward to South getting the ball one more time this half and see what they could do with it, and that just did not happen.
Chang is also the kickoff man for the Newport Knights. Newport over east of Lake Washington. Kinco League, I believe, right?
That is
Kitty?
correct.
And they've got some pretty tough schools over there in the Kinco.
Yeah, I was looking at their schedule. Skyline, have you ever heard of them? Mm-hmm.
State
Garfield,
champions.
yeah. Just
Issaquah.
yeah, a couple. Yeah, hardly anybody. Pretty much a cake schedule ahead of them.
And of course, South Kitsap, they were 4th last year. They made it into postseason, lost in the first round, but they've got Bellarmine Prep in the same division as them. Picked up down deep in South Kitsap territory. Number 25 will run it back. That's Corey Bell, but it looks like they'll have 10.3 seconds, Kitty.
They do. And I know that this South Kitsap team, I believe they play Gig Harbor next week, so it never gets easier.
We do have a pretty tough division here in Narrows League.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
Right. 4A Narrows is one of the strong leagues in the state of Washington in football for sure. And they've got Olympia in the league and
Central
the
Kitsap.
Central Kitsap
You mean
Cougars,
those
who we saw
Bears and
last
those
week.
Bears and Cougars, oh my, yeah.
The Cougars who demolished Bainbridge.
They did.
Canton with the handoff.
Marshad
and
DeWalt.
right up through the middle, pick up a yard or two. And they're going to let the clock run out at the end of the first half here at Joe Knoll Stadium at South Kitsap High School. The Newport Knights have come into town to take a 7-21 lead over the South Kitsap Wolves.
Well, they certainly didn't like getting beat last year, I don't think, that 33-27, and they're trying to make it where they're going to win on the other team's home field.
Got to get some D. Tighten that D up. They did 2 or 3 in a row. Great stops. And then that 3rd or 4th one got to them. Well, I'm the doctor, Doc Parr. We've got Kitty Campagna on the other microphone and Curtis Keat from the South Kitsap Video Production Program, bringing this game to you live on Channel 205 Wave Broadband and streaming on the internet worldwide through the kitsapsun.com/football. So another half to go. We will see what changes South Kitsap makes.
They're going to get it in the locker room. That's for sure.
Hello and welcome to Halftime. I'm junior Lauren Harold. Last spring, SKHS Video Production was recognized as one of the top high school video programs in the Northwest. Tonight, we'd like to show you some of the video work that earned that title, and also honor the students who produced it. Let's begin last June in Seattle at the annual Northwest Region Emmy Awards. Here's Mr. Blankenship, the video para.
June 22nd, the Paramount Theater in Seattle, Washington, home of the 50th Annual Northwest Emmy Awards. It's a big deal for 4 of our most capable students in the Advanced Video Production Program at South Kitsap High School. They are Matt Esteron, Ellen Gordon, Mike Brothers, and junior Sergio Lamelli Flores. In just a second, they'll find out if all of their hard work has paid off in the form of a student Emmy as they compete against other high schools from across the Northwest region. But wait, there's Como 4's Dan Lewis, and there's Eric Johnson, and there's our instructor, Mr. Downham, snapping a few photos. He had a few positive things to say.
Say a few words. We're going to win a few.
And on to the awards. King 5's Joyce Taylor was the host. She also had a few nice things to say.
To news, general assignment, serious or light, the winner, how to get a job, South Kitsap High School. I think we can give them a louder applause than that. That's better. To sports, the winner, Destruction Derby, South Kitsap High School. Animation, graphics, special effects is Matt Esteron Composite, South Kitsap High School. And now to talent, Mike Brothers Composite, South Kitsap High School. South Kitsap, I should mention, had a phenomenal number of nominations tonight. How many? 9 nominations.
That's right, 9 nominations. more than any other high school around, and 4 awards for excellence, also more than any other video program. All in all, it was a fun night filled with celebration and pride that capped off a year's worth of learning and hard work. As an instructor, I can only hope we do half as well in the next coming year. We'll show you some of their work in just a second, but not without one more special congratulations to Matt Esteron, Sergio Lamelli Flores, Ellen Gordon, and Mike Brothers for representing SK Video so well. Congrats, guys.
So what kind of work does it take to win an Emmy? Well, for a news story, it needs to contain excellent information, be technically sound, and a little entertainment value is always good, which is exactly what Matt Esteron did with his Emmy-winning story on how to get a job. Here's a clip.
Hello, teens and of the like, I'm Matt Esteron. Are you a teen looking for a job? Do you have any idea on where to start? Looking for a job can be excruciatingly difficult if you don't know where to go. But check out this video for some more information. So you're a teen looking for a job and you don't have a clue on where to go. Sometimes it's difficult for a student to know on how to look or what to include on a resume. Looking on the internet can be an endless search, and each store might have a different expectation. Luckily, we've organized a couple tips to help you narrow your search. Stage 1, before the interview. The most important part in the job search all happens before the interview. First, where do you want to work? Maybe a grocery store like Albertsons or Fred Meyer. How about a pizza place like Little Caesars? What about McDonald's? Or maybe something a little less food related like GameStop or the theaters. Networking with friends also helps in your job search. They can boost your chances of getting hired. Second, create or update your resume. Some teens might think,
Well, I don't have any job experience, so why would I need a resume?
actually, a resume shows effort into getting a job. Things to include on a resume are education, which includes your school's name, contact, address, and graduation date, achievements, skills, and especially references. Got a skill? Add it in there. Won the award for best essay in school? Add it in there.
What you really want to emphasize is the quality of the resume in terms of its appearance and formatting, easy to read, try your best to keep it to one page, and what you have to offer is your volunteering experience, if any, and any specialized classes that you may have taken during your high school career.
Third, be presentable. You don't have to look like James Bond Wernus.
Great job, Matt, but he's not done yet. Matt won a second Student Emmy, a huge achievement in another category. Check out these clips from Matt Esteron's award-winning entry from Best Editing and Special Effects.
Screw it.
Whoa, okay, whoa, stop. I'm stopping.
Now we move on to our third win of Emmy night. In the category of sports reporting, South Kitsap's very own Sergio Lamelli Flores brought home the top prize. Here's a clip from his story from the Kitsap Destruction Derby.
On May 19th at the Kitsap Fairgrounds, over 30 drivers got together to put on a vehicular gladiator battle. But what makes people want to do this?
The adrenaline rush.
It's just the fact of that you can go hit somebody, you know, it's a lot of fun.
I've been watching them since the early 70s. We had a couple neighbors that did the racing and stuff, and we used to come down there with them all the time here and up in Shelton. And then now they're all out of it, old guys, so I started doing it myself in the early 90s. Been doing it ever since.
The hit. I enjoy the hit, and it's the rush. Yeah, that's what keeps you coming back, is the rush.
You might be thinking, these guys are crazy for putting themselves in harm's way like this, but there are a lot of safety measures put in place, such as relocated smaller gas tank to avoid any big spills, rear and front crossbars, as well as heavy-duty side irons to stop the car from collapsing in on their driver. The battery is also moved from the hood to the back of the car to prevent the explosion of the battery from any front-end impacts. Finally, we have our 4 or 5 point harness and a screen to protect the driver from any debris that the race could throw at them. The events that took place at the Derby kicked off with some time trials with just one car racing on the track for the best time. Then, based off those times, the cars were split into 2 heats of 12 and straight up race. Then came the rollover contest. The second driver took home the title of rollover champion with his perfect score of 10 out of 10 for his rollover. After a few more races and events came the stereotypical Derby event, the finale. This is where the big cars and mini cars split up and whoever wants to participate crashes into each other, and the last man standing, or I should say, last car running, takes home the title of the finale champion. Driver number 95 ended the night with a boom, but thankfully everyone was okay. For a schedule of their upcoming races and more information, please visit kitsapdestructionderby.com.
And finally, the 4th Student Emmy awarded South Kitsap High School was in the category of Best Talent. We think Mike Brothers is great in front of a camera, and with his contest entry tape, he obviously convinced the judges as well.
Oh, why hello there, and welcome to Minute with Mike. Today let's take a look at Sir Optimus Club, or S Club for short. Now ladies, whether or not you realize it, you make up 2/3 of the world's working hours, yet are only 10% of the world's overall income. If you take a closer look at this data, you'll notice a very interesting trend. As you can see here, Honey Boo Boo's wallet maintains a narrow lead over Kim Kardashian's by about 2%, while the rest of the women on Earth fight for that remaining 1%. Ooh, pop-up, nice. But on a serious note, ladies, do you really want these women to be setting the standard for you in society? Well, they do have money, but no. Take a minute. Think about the many strong, independent women that have laid the foundation for your success in society. Women like Rosa Parks, Hillary Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, Miss Evans.
Wait, what?
And many more have given you the opportunity to make a name for yourself in the modern day world. So, how does this all relate to S Club? Elementary, my dear Oprah. Sir Optimus means best for women, and that's exactly what the organization strives to achieve. Isn't that right, Holly? That's one Smart Pug. Now, through volunteer community service at the local level, young ladies like yourselves have provided mammograms to low-income women, renovated domestic violence shelters, and ultimately inspired future generations of prosperity and equality for women through their involvements in S Club. Make a difference, inspire a revolution, and come to S Club every other Wednesday after school. See Miss Banks for more information. Ladies, gentlemen, in a never-changing society, I think it's about time we realize what the world would be like if it were actually ruled by women. If the world were ruled by women, there would be no wars, just a bunch of nations not talking to each other. I've been Mike Brothers saying, this has definitely not been a minute long.
We hope you enjoyed this look back on some of the best work done in SKHS video production last year. And all of us in the video program plan to make this year bigger and better. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to South Kitsap High School and Joe Knowles Field for this first home game for the South Kitsap Wolves here in the 2013 high school football season. And as we get ready to go to this second half, South Kitsap has a little bit of work to do down to the Newport Knights, 21-7. I'm the doctor, Doc Parr from West Sound TV, joined by Kitty Campagna and Curtis Keat from the South Kitsap High School Video Production Program. And Kitty, that was a kind of a rough first half for South Kitsap.
Well, it is Friday the 13th, and so maybe the Wolves are having a little bit of difficulty with the bad luck so far, but you see a lot of potential on both defense and offense, but at the moment it is the Newport team that has just persevered and done a little better job.
Now, Curtis, you've worked with Coach Canton.
Correct.
And, in the locker room, is he one of those guys that yells and screams, or is he a good, straightforward, this is what we need to do, gentlemen?
He's both.
Okay.
He will yell and yell for a while, and then, you know, he'll be serious and he'll just tell you, you know, he probably said, defense, you got to stop allowing those rushing yards. Offense, we got to start catching more. We got to start blocking, get low and block. You know, Cooper Canton's 5'11", he's got tall linemen blocking, so sometimes he can't exactly see everywhere. I know we had that issue in junior high, but, you know, I think he has very inspirational halftime speeches, and so I think they're going to come out really fighting, and it should be a good second half.
And carrying that South Kitsap banner, getting the crowd up and going. Now, actually, this is really only the first week or two of school here for you guys.
Yes. We actually started school last Wednesday, and so this was our first full week of school.
Well, and I had seen where South had actually even petitioned for an extra day of practice because they ended up with that Thursday night game last week.
Right.
So it's so bizarre. These guys really haven't been practicing that long, and they come out here and expected to be able to run these offenses and to do the defense as the coach expects.
Well, they did a lot of summer training. He's got, summer weights pretty much all summer. The weight room is open for everyone, and they do speed work and even have a camp. This year was at Fort Worden, I believe. And these players are really committed and really hardworking. And so I don't think the number of practices really affects them.
It's not just like a 6-month season. So I did promise that I would come up with the names of the officials out there. Our referee, the gentleman in the white hat, is Steve Green. Umpire Tracy Hillman. Linesman Nick Bartow. Line judge Fred Perkins. Back judge Ace Beckham. And alternate Wayne Hancock.
Well, we should have known Steve was our referee last week.
Well, and Tracy was our umpire. I actually did think that was Tracy.
Our buddy Fred Perkins.
I know. They're going to think we're stalking them. If they end up at all our games, this could be some trouble here.
Well, we want to thank the South Kitsap TV production crew, Mr. Mike Downham, the instructor of the video program here at South Kitsap, Matthew Swaggart, the production coordinator, and a great group of folks bringing you this game and all of the home football games and a bunch of other things on Channel 205 on Wave Broadband. And tonight we also need to thank the Kitsap Sun for running it live on the internet with the sponsorship of Peninsula Subaru at kitsapsun.com/football.
And hopefully people are looking at this on their mobile devices. They have set it up so it's on YouTube as well, and so it's immediately archived. So if you didn't see it during the time we told you to look for it, go on YouTube and look for it, and it is already there.
Well, Newport will be kicking off, so South Kitsap will be receiving, which is a plus point for them being down on the scoreboard.
Let's see what this offense has to hold for us.
Not a lot of passing by either team yet, so we'll see if it'll get the airwaves will be opened a bit.
South Kitsap's got a deep receiver back at about the 5-yard line. And picked up at about the 7 by 21. He's out to the 30. That was a nice run back by Taro Bell.
Taro had about 130 yards last week for these Wolves. We'll see if he can get a couple more this half.
And they're going to place it at the 32-yard line of the South Kitsap Wolves. That's where they will start out in this first offensive series of the second half. Number 7, Cooper Canton, the junior out there. Now, you know the coach and Cooper, I'm sure, Curtis, and Cooper is not playing because he's the coach's son.
Exactly. Many people look at this team and think, oh boy, the head coach's son is starting QB. Well, Marshad.
Oh, an excellent run by number 23, Marshad DeWalt. And you mentioned, where was he? We didn't see him carry the ball much in that first half.
Uh-oh, flag.
Well, let me tell you something about Coach Canton. I played for him in junior high, and he doesn't mess around. He plays the people that deserve to play. If you aren't putting out in practice, he'll pull you out of the game. So I think it's great that Cooper is starting. And he started a couple games last year for Kevin Watley when he was out, and he did a fantastic job. And, Coach Canton, I think he's one of the best already coaches we've had, and it's been his second year.
Well, unfortunately, that penalty is going to go against the South Kitsap Wolves, and it's going to move them back 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage. First down and 20 now.
Well, they look pumped. I'll tell you that.
Well, that was a hold on that particular call.
Cooper still got it. Coming around this side. Oh, just overthrew that time. A little bit out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 3, Logan Knowles. And, there was a great story in the football prep pages that Nathan Joyce, the sports editor of the Sun, wrote about Logan, and Logan apparently suggested Cooper go to the QB and he'd go out to running back
Or
wide
receiver,
excuse me.
exactly.
Yeah. So great story about him. He's planning on going to the Naval Academy of Baseball. Oh, ball is caught this time. Out to and it's loose. And I think South Kitsap's going to get the possession.
It's caught by Marcus
But
Burke.
Another flag down there, right about the point of the reception.
Now that may have been actually just to mark where the fumble occurred, but we'll find out. Really nice job by the camera people finding the guy in the white hat so we can find out what's happening out here.
Yeah, we only have 3 cameras out there, whereas the NFL has like 10.
And the sky cam.
Or like
and
about 35 for Sunday night football.
Oh.
Defensive penalty.
Yeah, it's going to go against Newport.
Leave helmet to helmet.
That is correct. Helmet to helmet.
And that might make up a lot of that
Refs
yardage.
all over the country are really stepping up on helmet to helmet. As you've seen from the NFL, it's a very serious issue.
Well, the concussion issue is what they're looking at so much, and it starts at Pee-wees. They are always very aware of that. Goes through high school, college a lot, and then obviously where in the pros they've even had the lawsuit as to how dangerous football was, which I always wondered why these guys didn't realize that.
Yeah, they recently had like billions of dollars go into this lawsuit. And you know, I've had a concussion before. It's not fun. It's not a good feeling.
And former South Kitsap coach and state champion
Ed
Ed
Fisher.
Fisher involved heavily in the testing procedures and recertification for helmets from high school up to the pros. It was great to hear Ed still involved in the game. Great guy. Okay, that was a huge penalty in favor of South Kitsap. Moves him into the 45-yard line of Newport. And broken tackle, a breakaway. A nice job there by Marshawn DeWalt.
You know, he's about the only one who could take Throckmorton on head on, bounce off him, and get some first down yardage out of that.
Move the
They
chains.
sent in their backup quarterback, Connor Reed, for that play.
Good catch.
Gave Cooper a little bit of a rest. Now he's back out.
The ball down to the 31-yard line of the Knights.
Band getting into it now.
And off to the running back, and this time about 3 defenders are able to take Marshawn down.
That's what it takes to bring Marshawn down.
Well, it's like Coach Canton said that here's my secret weapon. I'm not going to show him in the first half, and I'm going to have him pound them in the second.
Marshawn, he is so dangerous. He's been dangerous ever since Pee-wees, really.
Connor Bauman bringing him down. Pickup of about 5 yards, second down for South Kitsap.
Good fake.
Cooper with the ball. Open receiver down to about the 20-yard line. Still on his feet. And I think that would be a time to go down.
Here
that
comes
was our
a
defensive
flag.
star. That was our defensive star, Ramon Marin. He caught that.
The yellow hanky there. And we'll have to see what that one is for.
It might be the extracurriculars at the end, but, you know, I did not hear the whistle. That's almost on the referees.
Personal foul against the Newport Knights. That's going to be another big one.
I really like the way Cooper threw that particular one. He waited till the defender was in his face, which is what he was supposed to do, and then threw it. South trying to line up before the Hankies even picked up.
Yeah, they got to mark it off, though.
Yeah, you do want to get those yards
That's
first.
correct. Half the distance to the goal.
Notice a change in passion right now.
Great crowd out here tonight supporting the South Kitsap Wolves. So first down on the 10-yard line. First and goal to go for the South Kitsap Wolves. And after the second back, he'll pick up a couple on that.
They are right in front of our window now. This is great.
That was Bell, I believe.
This is where all the action will be for the next quarter.
or so the South Kitsap Wolves hope.
Ball placed on the 5-yard line, 2nd down. The familiar South Kitsap I formation. And Cooper's going to keep it. Looking for somebody to put it to in the air. Oh,
he got somebody.
Oh, boy. That was
What a catch.
That was a great catch, but that was a scary pass.
I do not believe that was the receiver he was trying for, but that's okay.
Yeah, who's coming away with that? Was that Maynard?
No, Maynard was the one who was wide open, but didn't get past two.
Okay.
I thought it was 81, but I would never swear to it, that's for sure.
I couldn't tell, as you could
Might have
see
been
when
Corey
as soon as he
Bell.
caught it, they all
Oh,
piled
you
on
thought,
top
okay.
of him.
We'll name everybody on the team, and somebody is going to be right.
And that puts 6 on the board for South Kitsap. A great way to come out of the locker room after halftime. PAT attempt. And it's through the uprights. 14 on the board for the South Kitsap Wolves. Cut 7 off that Newport lead.
You know, I love high school football and those extra points because they're never for sure.
Little instant replay for us.
All right, let's see if we can see that number.
That was, I still couldn't tell.
There was a 1.
Yeah.
That's where I thought 81. Oh, and you thought 21, Taro Bell, so I do not know.
Could have also been Joshua Franklin, 31. He's a wide
Anybody
receiver.
ending in 1.
I'd never seen instant replay here before. I didn't know we could do that.
No,
That's great.
That's one of the things Matthew Swagger's definitely helped them develop, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. So 21 for Newport, but South Kitsap right back into this ball game on that opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
And then our beautiful cheerleaders, of course.
Second week of high school football 2013. And next week, South Kitsap on the road, I believe.
They do play in Purdy against
road.
Gig Harbor Tides.
40 miles down the highway.
Not much of a road. Gig Harbor always puts out a good team. As we said, this Narrows League is so competitive.
Yeah, and there's the kickoff.
Flag, nope, don't run her back.
Might have been offsides.
Flag was way over on that far sideline over there.
Yeah, one of your sideline judges.
Well, it does look like an offside penalty against South Kitsap, so they'll re-kick it 5 yards back.
That was interesting. The sideline judge came out and showed us what it was, so that if the camera is on the guy in the white hat, they weren't getting the answers. They were doing the right stuff. But he's all the way down here, almost at the other goal line.
32-7 back there for the Knights. 32 is Paul Wells, 7 Tyreen Sams. And they're standing on their own 25-yard line. That one's a squibber on the ground, picked up at the 25, and right up through the middle to the 50. And it's going to be tough for anybody to catch Paul Wells.
No, that was number 7, Doc.
Oh, was it?
That was
Okay.
Tyron Sams.
And that was Sam's. Yep, you are correct.
Wow.
Not sure if the squib kick was a smart idea.
They're right up through the
On
middle
second
of the
thought.
green. Yeah, took all of about 16 seconds.
Make that 12.
Boy, what a run by Sam's right there. And so once again, the Newport Knights answered the South Kitsap Wolves. Ball is down for a PAT. It's good. We
think
It's
we're going to be
a
bringing you a
28-14 lead for the Knights over our South Kitsap Wolves.
attempting to bring a replay of that beautiful.
Here's the replay of that squib kick picked up by Sams right there, and boom, he's through the defense, and he is quick enough that nobody's going to catch him on the South Kitsap team. Yeah, nice job on replay there by our replay crew.
And that was a sophomore, Tyron Sams. Boy, I don't know their track history, but that he had a whole different gear than anybody else out there.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah, Kyle Carpenter had a beat on him, but not very long. He didn't have enough of an angle to get to him.
So up by 14 once again, just after the South Kitsap Wolves put a 7 on the board.
So you look at that kick where it was the offsides, think, oh, that's no big deal. Well, we don't know what would have happened on that particular one, but they had done a normal kick as opposed to the squib kick. And so it's amazing what little things can change a game.
One thing I've noticed about Newport this game is they are really capitalizing off of South's mistakes. All these penalties really are starting to bite them.
Well, Newport too had quite a few penalties, but they seem to have overcome those. So you're seeing qualities of a well-coached team. This team was 7-4 last year, made it to the playoffs. They are looking to do at least that again this year.
Oh, deep down at about the 1 yard line. That was an excellent kick, and not a whole lot of room for Bell. He's going to be tackled inside the south 10-yard line.
So again, the difference that the kicking game is making just on this particular play. That was such a well-kicked ball.
Now South has the whole field to drive.
9 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Now at the beginning of the game, there was not much of a wind, and so I'm not really able to tell by flags or anything else as to, it doesn't look like a whole lot out there.
I don't think so.
That was just all leg is what that was.
And once he got through the main line of defense, that was the real key on that one. Yeah, fighting for some yardage. Good job there to pick up some yards. That's DeWalt once again. A lot of people would like to have a fullback with those dimensions.
Marshad may be a really big person, but if you give him room to run, he can sprint so dang fast.
Yeah, South Kitsap needs their own beast. Second down, about 4 to go for the first. So South Kitsap's got a little bit of breathing room. Canton with the handoff, and this time DeWalt only pick up about a yard, driven out of bounds.
So this hand clap that they're doing prior to the snap, is that a timing device?
That is him saying get set. He'll say down and then set.
Is this something that same sort of thing you saw at Sedgwick?
Yes.
So it's a kind of a Eric Cantonese sort of thing.
Yeah.
Third down now for South Kitsap. They've got to get a couple of yards to keep this drive alive. Oh, little bit of hesitation, but that well, it's not going to, we'll have to see where they place it. It's very close to a first down. But no, they're going to say about a yard, half yard short. Fourth down for South Kitsap. And that deep in their own territory, it looks like they're going to have to kick away.
Yeah, I was impressed by the running back, though, because he did do a nice little hesitation and got more yardage than I thought he was going to get.
Little bit of a shaky handoff on that one. But like I said, it might have been for the better. Might have actually given him a yard or two. Okay, South Kitsap will have to kick away. Cooper Canton back there.
See if they're avoiding. Nope, that's number 7 again.
And now that one was I would say a fair catch call.
I thought so. But I can see where they couldn't have seen it, and I like that they didn't call anything.
Yeah.
Although the guy kind of grabbed him, he didn't throw him to the ground.
And you'll notice in the pros, they require them to get their hand up above their head and wave it.
And it has to be like way before they get the ball, too.
Yep.
He didn't have a lot of time on this one. If we were to have done hang time on that particular punt, it wouldn't have been many seconds.
Well, the Newport Knights will take over in South Kitsap territory at about the 47-yard line. Yeah, we've got a timeout. It's going to be South. Yeah, it's going to be the Newport Knights. And the ball placed, looks like just about the 47-yard line of South Kitsap. Well, Curtis, they did some renovation to the pool here at South Kitsap this summer.
Yes, actually, it's the first renovations that they've done since it was first built in 1980. They worked on it for about a month to make it meet new state and federal laws. It cost like over $250,000 actually to install new drain covers and a removable wall, new paint job, and diving boards. And so it's going to be a lot safer, a lot better looking, and more efficient.
Well, you know, it's not just for the school either. It's really the community pool here in the South Kitsap area. I've got family and friends who would go quite often during the community swims.
They got swim teams, they have adult swimming classes. It's a pretty good place.
You live this close to water, you better have somewhere you can learn how to swim. So I'm liking that many of the school districts are trying to maintain a pool.
Hand off to number 10. Oh, he broke a couple tackles, still on his feet. There's a yellow hanky there. But a good job of running by Captain Connor Bauman.
Might be coming back, though.
Well, whereas DeWalt was kind of the secret weapon for South Kitsap, I had read quite a bit about Connor Bauman as one of their leading running backs, and we didn't see number 10 running it much in that first half. So that didn't surprise me.
And it's against the Knights.
And our psychic Curtis is correct. It will be coming back.
Kyle Carpenter called up to the referees to ask what South Kitsap wants to do. Now, I believe this is from the point of the foul. We'll move them back 10.
And it will
repeat first down.
Correct. Be first down once again.
So first and 20. That's
actually going to be about first and 5.
Oh, first and 5. Oh.
That's when it happens at the point of the foul.
So first down and 5 to go for first now for Newport. The ball is at the 42, 43-yard line for the Knights. Man in motion. And once again, it goes to big number 10. Bauman, you're correct. Now he's getting all the action for the Knights.
6'3", 222.
He's big.
And a senior. Yeah, I saw some good numbers on him from previous years, so I was kind of surprised that I hadn't seen his name. He rushed for 1,338 yards last year, 14 TDs, averaging over 10 yards per carry.
That's pretty good stats.
They say it's listed as a fullback, but pretty darn speedy to go with his size.
Second down now for the Knights, and a couple of yards to go for that first. Man goes in motion, and the ball goes again to Bauman. And he's taken tacklers with him, finally pulled down, hanging on for a few yards. There was a South Kitsap defender.
We talked about the way Wells and Chizubuku were almost clones. They're the smaller runner, 5'8" to 5'10", about 150 pounds. Suddenly you have this guy who's over 6 foot and 220. How do you bring him down?
And you know, of course, besides football here in the fall, you have girls soccer and volleyball.
And cross country.
Cross country, correct.
Girls
That's right.
swim.
So there's a whole bunch of activities going on here during the fall season.
And all these teams actually recently attended a sportsmanship conference. So they all kind of learned the importance of good sportsmanship. And, I know a lot of these players on this team, they're all very humble and, they'll play very competitively, but at the end of the game, they'll show some nice sportsmanship, shake hands, and call it a good game.
So do you know where that conference was or who held that?
It was just held, I think, by the athletic director. I didn't actually go to it, but...
So it was in-house.
Yes.
And I like that idea, making sure that the kids are understanding that there's more to playing high school sports than being big man on campus.
And that first carry by the Knights picked up about 8 yards. Second down and about 8 to go. 4:52 left here in this third period.
Whistles.
And looks like a delay of game.
They must have felt too close to the first down. They wanted a little more of a challenge in this particular one.
That'll move them back 5. Well, they do have a new quarterback out there for the Knights. It would be number 9, J.P. Roughton.
They have about 10 guys listed as quarterback on there.
So
I think they have some variety.
One time at Cedric, we were just totally dominating, so we put one of our linemen at running back and quarterback.
Oh, that's funny. A nice hit. And it's number 50 holding on to stop Bauman to only a few yards on that. That would be Donald Furman, another senior for the Wolves.
Well, as we talked about, these Wolves lost quite a few seniors from last year, so they're going to have to develop another core of leaders and make the people who are going to show the younger guys how to do this.
Third down now for the Knights, and they've got about 5 yards to go. They've got to get inside that 20-yard line to continue this series or to come up with fourth down.
Clock keeps moving. 3:33 left here in the third.
Roughton under center. Man in motion. And this time the handoff goes to...
I think that was Wells.
Yeah, it was Wells, and a nice stop. Let's see if it's... Yep, it's going to be fourth down. Good
Excellent
stop.
job by the Wolves.
See if they go for it again, though.
Well, this one,
Good
yeah,
point.
fourth down, a couple of yards to go, and you're in that position where unless you got a fairly good field goal kicker, you might as well.
Yeah, it's certainly not worth punting at this point.
No, yeah, and you're gonna, even if you don't make the fourth down, South Kitsap's gonna be pretty deep in their own territory to start out.
Ball on the 20, so you're certainly correct, Doc.
Roughton looking over, man in motion, and handoff goes to that running back, and I think it's gonna be enough for the first. We'll have to see.
Depends upon its placement.
Yep.
Looking at
I think the knee went down before the rest of his body went down, so
that was Chizubuka.
It's going to be close.
Chains have moved.
Yep, and they put up that first marker, the man in the white hat, Mr. Steve Green. And first down, Knights. J.P. Roughton out there. Yeah, that one is going to pick up a little bit of yardage, I believe.
Looks like we have an injured. Oh,
a yard or two.
Maybe just a tired defender, number 54 getting up there. That's Tyler Ludlow.
Well, on this Newport Knight team, they've got a few people to go to on that very same basic run.
Yeah, they keep
pattern.
changing their personnel, and I'm not seeing a lot of in and out on the South Kitsap side.
They just took Tyler Ludlow out, so he might have been hurting a little bit.
A couple of yards on that first down. 28
Wells in motion.
Pass play.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a pass play that,
almost picked off.
Almost into the hands of South Kitsap defenders. That would have been a great break for the Wolves.
There was 5 people on that. I don't see how they didn't get it.
Well, it was the old tip drill. Went through off the hands of the intended receiver. So 3rd down now and about 8 yards to go. The Knights can get a 1st down without putting the ball in the end zone. They've got to get down to about the 7-yard line. 3rd down. 28 goes in motion. It's a pitch back to him. That was a kind of scary pitch back. Oh, he's I think gonna have the 1st down.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to again see exactly where they place it.
That is a brave play.
That sure was. That pitch back, man.
He fired that pitch back. If 28 was in full speed when he caught it too.
Yeah, we're gonna have, looks like we may have the chains out.
He just knew he would be right there and just threw it.
Yeah, totally a timing
Very
play.
good.
Steve Green took the referee's timeout, and they're gonna.
Clock is stopped at 1:11 here in the 3rd quarter.
And they are gonna take the chains out and check and see here.
You know, this is a good thing to do anyway. These are things that you actually need to practice as far as having your chain gang do this right and just
First
making
down.
sure.
Oh, by the nose of the football. 1st down for the Knights.
Had they had the snub nose football out there tonight, they might have not had that.
Oh man, that was just a few silly millimeters. So
they-
1st down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal to go for the Newport Knights.
This Newport team just drives and drives and drives and takes time. They have almost used up the entire 3rd quarter here.
This looks like deja vu from last year, but on the other side.
Centio gets the ball, number 28, cuts back up through the middle and still on.
Marshall Duval has it. Looks like he stripped
man,
it.
The ball loose. South Kitsap says they have come away with it. I have not seen the man in the white hat indicate that yet. Nope. Newport still maintains possession. Is that what they're saying?
That's not what Newport looks like. They're bringing out their
They
opposite.
are. I
Yeah.
didn't see Steve point here. Yeah, it is a takeaway for the South Kitsap Wolves.
And I believe it's a touch back. It looks like they're going out to the 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
must
I
have
don't
happened
know.
in the end zone, I guess. Fumble in the end zone.
Yeah, they are out at the 20. So fumble in the end zone picked up by Marshad Dawab.
Very good resilience from
Oh
Marshall.
boy, that's a big, big play for South Kitsap. They really could use a little positive energy going their way. 42 and a half seconds left to go in this 3rd period, 3rd quarter. Already think of basketball, Kitty.
Doc, we're only in week 2 of football.
Pitch out.
There goes Terrell Bell.
And he got a little bit of running room, but a pretty good job on the defense that time. Number 22 hanging in there. That's Ramon Galvin.
One of the bigger Newport Knights was out there on the end, and it took 2 Wolves to block him, and it was not overly successful.
Well, they'll pick up about 4 of that. 2nd down for South Kitsap. Keep the ball moving. That's what they need. Clock is ticking, 10 seconds, and it looks like they're just going to wait for the end of the 3rd quarter here at Joe Knowles Stadium. The Wolves have possession, but they're down by 14 to the Newport Knights, 28-14.
They just want to come to our end of the stadium and show us how they can do it from this one.
Well, again, we want to thank the South Kitsap TV production crew and congratulate them. That was a great halftime presentation on the Emmy Awards that the South Kitsap video production team won. How many did they win?
We won 4 out of 9 nominations.
Excellent job.
One of our guys actually had 5 of those nominations. So
An excellent job. It's always a pleasure to work with you guys here at South Kitsap and Mike, and we've been working with Mike since the very beginning, and I'm not sure how many years. I believe it was 98, 97, 90.
It's been around since I've been alive.
Yeah, boy. Oh, man, that
make
makes
us feel
both
so
feel pretty
old.
old.
Oh, my
all right?
Lord.
But anyway, a great program and multiple, not just these Emmy Awards, but the South Kitsap program has won awards over the years. Just a great program and been a great pleasure to work with them.
Well, and Doc, nowadays, it makes so much sense to have a program like this with the preponderance of video and the things that are out there and doing it right. This is what's very cool. It's not just a camera phone. They're using not overly new equipment, but with the things that they are able to produce out of this is absolutely amazing.
And Cooper Cannon with a nice handoff and a good run that time by...
That's DeWalt.
DeWalt.
I think the band playing Lady Gaga pumped them up.
I could tell you were dancing. It's okay. We'll give that away.
First down for South Kitsap. Now they're still in their own territory. Ball at the 31-yard line. We've just begun the fourth quarter, 11:49. Certainly not an impossibility, only down by 14.
Now I am noticing that Cooper's going to the sideline to get the play, which I always think is such a tough thing for that quarterback. How they're not exhausted by the end of the game, I don't know.
And I thought he was going into the shotgun, but a quick hike and a quick pass, incomplete. That was intended for Marshawn. So not only have they got him running out there, they're making him a receiver.
That was a well-devised play. Had he had that a little bit farther ahead, that was going to get several yards.
Second down now.
If he could have broke through those first two people, would have been end zone for him.
Does stop the clock.
Which in South's favor. We've got three people split off to this near side.
That should be interesting.
One man in the backfield. Yeah, that's who gets it, despite the triples over here.
The defense was ready for that one.
Well, he'll still pick up about 4 on it.
Quite often that's a sort of decoy that you run that one way one time and then you use your receivers the next time.
And I don't know, is that the first time we've seen a single backfield?
It might be, because we've been seeing that I formation most of the time.
Third down now for the Wolves. This will be a big play for the offense here. Again, 3 receivers down to this near side, one split out to the far side, and Mr. DeWalt, the single back. Oh, Cooper has to pull it in and is taken
Cooper
down.
Got pounded. Oh, late hit. Late hit flag. Probably.
Yellow hanky out. The initial tackle was made by number 51 out there for the Knights. That's Bennett Long, but we'll have to see what this yellow flag is all about.
The second defender kneed him in the face as he was going down.
That does sound painful.
Personal foul. Oh, they're charging it against the Knights. And it looked like a hit to the head.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
a
the
knee
signal.
right in the face.
Now, as deep as they
boy.
are, if it's at the point, I don't know. I think it's an automatic first down. We'll find out.
I believe so.
Uh-oh, here comes another flag.
Oh, and that one was thrown by a official who was over near that Newport sideline.
Yeah,
possibly heard something that he didn't want to hear.
That's one of those where it's against the bench.
Yep, and you know, right here is a perfect example of that sportsmanship conference or workshop that that team had. South Kitsap has done a very nice job so far tonight, not picking up any unnecessary personals.
They're very good at keeping their cool. Even when Cooper gets pounded in the face like that, he's confident that the refs will make the right decision.
And it was apparently a warning. to the sidelines over there at Newport to stay back. So it's going to be 3rd down now and a couple of yards to go for the Wolves to keep this drive going.
So that was not an automatic first down. Cooper remains in the game.
Cooper is a really tough individual. He's taken some big hits.
And Coach wants to be sure everybody is on the same page here. This is a big play for South Kitsap.
Yeah, this is a good time to call a timeout. You have to get this first down because too often these Knights have just gotten the ball and running. Whether they score or not, they've been using clock. So we're going to have to see what South Kitsap can do with this opportunity. Also gives Cooper a chance to recuperate. Ha, 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 ha. I love my puns. But it does give him a chance to just kind of get his head back on his shoulders and call the right play.
Third down and about 3 yards to go for South Kitsap to get another first. Ball is still in South Kitsap territory, 38-yard line.
10-19 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Back to the eye, but this time DeWalt's in that fullback position. Handoff goes to the second running back. Nice job by number 25. He's going to get across the 40. And they're going to give him another yard or so on that. 25, Corey Bell. And that's going to be a first. That was the yardage they needed.
That's a second effort you'd love to see in a back.
And I think that was designed to go pretty much straight forward. Corey did a great job of turning it outside to get that yardage that they needed. Ball out to about the 41-yard line.
South didn't take much time. Got right back up to that line of scrimmage.
Hand off again to
Corey Bell.
And he'll pick up some more good yardage.
Fighting for those yards, man.
He sure was, and he's going to get close to midfield. They're going to place it, I believe, at about the 47. Clock continues to tick, though. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the ball game.
You know, not only is this team good with the sportsmanship, but they're really good at teammate encouragements. When they make mistakes, they're like, it's all right. And when they make great plays, they're like, wow, that's awesome, man.
And that's something that you'll remember your whole life.
Marshawn DeWalt.
Yeah, he's taking the crowd with him. And he's going to get, I believe, the first down on it. I mean, he must have had 4 or 5 guys in white hanging on to it.
It's always nice to see a white blanket on somebody and carry him along.
First down. Ball into Knight territory down to the 47-yard line of the Newport Knights.
Just kind of think South needs a little bit more urgency, maybe calling 2 plays or something on the sideline.
Braden Maynard in for wide receiver.
2 split to this near side, 1 to the far side. It's a pitch back to the running back.
Terrell Bell.
And he's not going to pick up a whole lot. Flag comes in, and we'll have to see if that's a hold or something else.
Seems awfully late for a hold. You'd almost think it's a defensive, but you are seeing hold. Yep.
Against South Kitsap.
I think it was the guy blocking for Terrell that.
He didn't hold very well, did he? Because he didn't get very far.
Well, Steve Green will talk to the captain, Newport, to ask him what they want to do.
They're going to take the penalty.
In which case, that'll move South Kitsap back 10, but it'll give them the down over. So it'll still be first down, but it'll be 1st and 20. And the ball back in Wolf territory, just inside the 45. 8:31 to go.
Looks like Newport actually has quite the fan bus out there.
They got a good crowd, all right. Fake the
Good.
handoff. Cooper's
Cooper.
got it. He's going to the air. He's going deep. Oh!
Oh!
Oh, man, what a hit.
Helmet to helmet, that's what it looks like to me.
It was, I think, a good defensive play. And the defender getting up slowly on that one. It was intended for number 21, Taro Bell.
Timed perfectly by that defender.
Yep. That was just a good hit, but there is a yellow hanky down back at the line of scrimmage. Nope, I guess not.
I like how you call it a yellow hanky. Because it really isn't a flag.
Second down and 20 for South Kitsap. Ooh.
That should be an offside.
Yeah, I believe it will be.
That, not
I'll
only
give him
did
5.
he get into the neutral zone, I believe he touched helmet.
I did not see anybody on the South Kitsap side.
Neutral
Ooh.
zone infraction, you were correct.
So that'll give him 5.
That's
Second
always
down and 50.
That never hurts.
Especially when you got 20 to go. But the clock is momentarily stopped. They'll signal it.
With the penalty, I think it will
It will
stop,
stop until the ball goes in play.
I think, but we'll find out, won't we?
18. Marcus Burke in there.
Nice catch.
Oh, beautiful job.
Logan Knowles.
And Logan Knowles, who has gone from quarterback to wide receiver, got a huge reception there for the South Kitsap Wolves.
Excellent pass. Got it over the outstretched arms of one of the defenders who was jumping, and then over the other defender and directly into his receiver's arms.
So South Kitsap with a great play, moving the ball deep down into night territory in the red zone. First down. Burke in that fullback position. Fake handoff. Cooper's going to the air. Ball's up in the air.
Intercepted.
There's a flag on the
boy.
play. Maybe called back.
That was in the end zone.
Well, and the first person it hit was a Knight. Oh, it's at the 1 yard line, Doc. So they have really poor field position, but certainly not what the Knights wanted to, or what the Wolves wanted to do right there.
And again, it's tough to throw into multiple defenders.
Well, I like that they had brought in a little bit of the pass game there.
Cooper has good trust in his receivers.
Well, the Newport Knights with the takeaway, 7:50 left to go in the game.
Dangerous spot for them, though.
J.P. Roughton still at quarterback, and a good job of defense there by the Knights. Or by the Wolves, excuse me, Logan Knowles with the takedown on that one. Pickup of only about a yard or two.
If they can stop these guys, they're going to get some good field position. They certainly have time.
South Kitsap only has 2 timeouts left, same with the Knights.
This could be the first high school safety that I ever see. Seriously, I've never seen it before. It's rare.
Ball
They are
at
very rare.
About the 4-yard line. J.P. Roughton there under center. Man goes in motion. It's a handoff. He looks straight upfield. Good job of defense.
All over that guy.
These quarterbacks, they get down so low. I don't even know how the defenders can see them. They're hidden right behind everybody.
And Booker was one of the guys in on that for the Wolves. Third down. He picked up a yard or two, but it's still third down and about 6 to go for the first. South
Huge
Kitsap
play.
needs to stop him. .24 goes in motion. He's the one with it. Oh, a good job on the defense once again by the South Kitsap Wolves.
That was Kyle Kennedy, number 63, with the takedown.
He was right in there on that one, too.
Coach Canton talked about his defense being the important part of this team, and look what they've just done. They've made a huge stop right there.
Now you're 4th down, deep in your own territory.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for it.
I don't think they're going to go for it, but might they try to pull him off once again?
Doesn't look like it. We'll see.
Snap a little high, but pulled down by the number 7, the old QB. And
that was
South Kitsap does a smart thing by just staying away from that one. They're going to get great field position, but the clock is against them. 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to go.
That was not a very good punt, though, so I hope they can take advantage of that.
It was Sam's, number 7, who punted that one. And yeah, like you said, Kitty, they got a dozen, half a dozen at least QBs
that are listed,
here on the
exactly.
roster.
Well, no matter what happens in this game, we're still looking at South only down by 14. They might be able to do this, but they do have to be impressed with what their defense has done this half. The only 7 points were scored on that run back by Sam's. They've given up quite a few yards here and there, but they took the ball away in the end zone in the one case, and this particular stop was huge.
Handoff goes to 21. That would be Taro. Pick up about 3 or 4 on that. 2nd down.
Notice that Cooper only went halfway to the sideline and has to improve his hearing in order to get that. I know, they've got to get some urgency to this.
They do have some hand signals for their team, so that helps.
Cooper going to the air. He's got a man coming across, but again, just a little bit behind the intended receiver. That was 80 Marcus Burns. 3rd down for South Kitsap.
It does stop the clock.
4:46 to go in the game. South Kitsap down by 14.
Offense looking to make a big play here.
DeWalt in the fullback position. Bell in the halfback, running back. Drop back for Cooper. It's going up to the air, and it's way beyond everybody. So no possibility of intercept on that one.
That does help. That's
Intended
actually
receiver
smart.
Braden Maynard.
I really like the blocking on that. He had plenty of time for that. Smart enough to know that he didn't have an open man, and overthrow out of bounds is okay.
Well, this may be the penultimate play of the game for the South Kitsap Wolves. 4th down, about 6 yards to go to keep this drive alive. With about 4:43 left to go. Cooper's got 3 receivers split out. He's going to the air. Oh, the cutting. And I don't know. That should have been
I thought that was
foul.
awfully early.
That was a low blow as well.
I agree on that one. The number 3 was the intended receiver, Logan Knowles, but the defender went down, got him at the knees. And it looked pretty close to the ball not having gotten to the receiver yet. But no flag.
That is correct, and we are looking, we're looking at it from a distance. You got the officials on the field who don't get instant replay. They have to go with what they see in real time.
That's right. We have no red beanbags for the coaches to throw out.
Maybe someday we will, though.
Well, a tough turnover for the South Kitsap Wolves. 1st down for the Newport Knights, leading 28-14 in tonight's ball game. And up through over the right tackle position.
And there's a flag out there.
The Newport Knights take it out almost to midfield, and that's where that yellow flag comes out.
Though Kalima tried to strip it.
Still trying to get the number on the running back who ran that.
Oh, block in the back.
Well, that's what happens when you get out in the open field. They'll still end up with a first down even if they do it from the point of the foul.
And of course, at the high school level, they don't tell us the numbers or
No,
names.
numbers or names of who did it. Coaches know, though.
And those of you that record it can look at it in replay.
You can. I hear that even on the YouTube version that it kind of has a DVR so you can go forward and back. So pretty cool.
All right. First down for the Knights, but moved back a ways. Yeah, there's
might be a fumble.
Yep, ball is wide open, but
Newport's
it looks
back on
like
it.
Newport got to it. It came squirting out of that pile before any whistle blew.
Nice camera work to show us that pickup at the end. Number 57 asking to come on out. He's been in there a lot.
Yeah, I think it might have been Drew Sample that ended up picking that up for the Knights.
I have a feeling that these Knights have a few other plays in their bag, and that we didn't see them all.
Yeah, they're not going to lighten up in the last 4 minutes.
Oh, definitely not.
Clock is running. Second down now for Newport.
Good.
Oh, good reverse direction play by the quarterback, and off to the races, the Newport Knights. And the very last guy that had a chance to pull him down got just ankle tackle for 43.
That was Ramon Marin again. And that was number 24, Kumbu Shizubuka. He's got a little bit of speed in that 5'8" frame.
Man, he's been cranking up the yardage tonight.
Yeah, I would.
Close to 300, 200 maybe?
I'd say maybe over 200. Some of that may have gone back, though, and then he had to get it again.
Well, first a goal to go for the Newport Knights inside the South Kitsap 10-yard line.
Straight up the middle.
And that's going to go in for 4. Another score. Well, I haven't seen the hands up yet.
Nope, must be just short.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, because I didn't ever see any of the officials with the hands up.
It looked like he crossed the line, though.
I thought so, too.
And
according to the scoreboard,
on about the 3-yard line.
because they're doing the kick. He did score.
Okay, he did score. I thought so. But we didn't see the raised hands. And the PAT is good. Another 7 on the board for the Newport Knights. 35 to 14 for the South Kitsap Wolves, and 3:12 left in the ball game.
This Newport team is dangerous. They have so many different weapons. You know, they came in and threw Connor Bauman at them for a while. That run back by Tyron Sams. The quarterback could run. The couple different ones that they used. They had both Roughton and they had, who was the other one they had out there?
Jordan Sandberg.
That was the one.
Number
Thank you.
15.
Yes. And then the two different running backs, Chizubuka and Wells, who had both piled up things.
And after a plethora of penalties in that first quarter.
We've been just waiting to say that, haven't we?
The old Howard Cosell plethora of penalties. After that first quarter, though, Newport cleaned it up pretty good.
They did. And we were seeing a much cleaner game. But, I mean, one of the things that we didn't see out of South, none of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, a couple little things here and there that it did cost them. Certainly things that the coaches can look at and help them improve upon.
Yeah, really, what I think South Kitsap is going to have to work on is closing a few of those holes on that defensive line.
Well, do you think that might be the 260 plus guy making some of those holes? They had a couple big guys on that line.
They do indeed for the Newport Knights. So Newport will kick off to South. Bell and Bell back there. Sounds like a law firm. And it's Bell. Picks it up.
Here we go, Corey Bell.
Corey brings it out to about the 34-yard line. South. They got about 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in tonight's ball game from South Kitsap High School.
Well, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to some of those assistant coaches, because I know that they put in a ton of time. Here at South, we have Dustin Booth, Ryan Bradley, Troy Charlton, Rob Ells, Marcus Logue, Jared Prince, Corey Vartanian, Matt Winfrey. Make sure you look at that South Kitsap website, because they have some good profiles on these coaches. A lot of the guys are South Kitsap born and raised and came back and helped out. Other ones who've come new into the program. Nice to see so many people involved in this community event.
Chris Hyatt, the trainer.
Looks like Connor Reed, the backup, is in for quarterback.
Always good to give game time to a backup. There is nothing different than actually getting hit by people other than people in the same color that you're wearing.
And welcome to the new South Kitsap Super.
That's true.
Michelle Reed.
They're getting new supers everywhere. Brand new one in Central Kitsap, and are replacing the Aaron Lavelle for Bremerton. So big changes in this area.
Second down for South Kitsap. Connor Reed, also a junior, and he'll pitch back to the running back. So Coach Canton figures time to get a few other players some game time.
People look at this as maybe garbage time, but I don't look at it that way. I think it's your opportunity to, as you say, bring in some new people, see what they can do, and see how they can run the offense and what you need out of them in the future.
Third down, and about 4 yards to go for first down. And it never hurts to get that real playing time.
Yes.
Yeah, this is kind of the backup's time to shine, really.
Well, they put in so much time doing all the practices and being that scout team, doing all that kind of stuff. They deserve this.
Exactly.
Pitch back goes to Lil Kalima, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Tomorrow when people look at the paper, they're going to see that score 35-14, and I don't think that really is indicative of the effort that we saw out of these Wolves. They were in this game till the last couple minutes. So I think they can come out of this with a very positive outlook. This Newport team is good.
Well, and unfortunately, it doesn't get easier for South Kitsap.
No.
Well, honestly, though, I don't think they've really been playing at their fullest level tonight, but there will be lessons to be learned from this. Nice pass.
Great pass and a good reception by Joshua Franklin. Moving the ball into Knight territory. We're under a minute left to go.
Absolutely love them calling a pass at that point. Too often you'll just play run game forever and not give that backup that opportunity. So he really, this is great experience. Clock keeps winding.
First down for Connor Reed. Again, going to the air and across the middle. That one not held on to for the reception.
To Marcus Burns.
Looked a little low.
One of my favorite passing formations, though, the Brett Favre across the middle. Slant across the middle.
You know, I think a lot of people love to see that. Those receivers who are willing to run that are just as brave as can be, because they know. Well, we saw Knowles get that hit on that exact play.
Oh, a nice handoff up through the middle. Some positive yardage there.
Tanner Paulson.
Yep, Tanner. Another senior getting some yardage on that one. Moving the sticks. 26.6, 25.
Well, they stop it long enough to move the chains.
Yep.
And they're winding it. These
There
guys
it
are
goes.
rushing up there trying to get another offensive play off.
And Reed looking over things. He wants to go to the air. And that's exactly what he does. They unfortunately out of bounds, but it'll leave. It should stop the clock. It stopped 6 seconds.
It
No,
did.
enough
Actually,
time for one more
7.9
play.
on the thing. Yeah, one more play, I guess.
That was one of those where the bump at the line of scrimmage, which is legal, is exactly what kept that play from being successful. Receiver not having enough time to get out underneath that pass.
All right, Connor sets his line. Short drop. Again, that pass across the middle. Incomplete, intended for number 80. That would be Marcus Burns. And that took a couple seconds, so they got another opportunity.
They got one more.
And what is it? Third down. So they might have time for two more. We'll see.
Well, and again, trying to run a couple pass plays. Nothing wrong with that.
One man in the backfield. Straight drop back. This is going to be the last play of the game.
Quarterback
Connor's
sneak.
going to hang on to it.
There we go,
Oh,
Connor.
some juking and jiving. Nice running there by Connor for the last play of the ball game. But unfortunately, the Newport Knights come to Port Orchard and this year get the victory.
Well, it was a revenge match after getting beat last year on their home field. They certainly came prepared today. We knew from the beginning how well they were going to play, and we watched them run here and there and everywhere, and then repeat that, even making up for all those different penalties that they had. South had some great signs out there. That the defense played extremely well in the second half, giving up 2 touchdowns. One was the run back, the other was when they were pretty tired by the end of that game. But I see some great signs for South out of that.
Well, as we mentioned also, things are not going to get much easier.
definitely
Coming up
not.
next week, it's a trip down to Purdy to take on the Gig Harbor Tides, and the next home game is against Prep. I don't know if we even need to say Bellarmine anymore. Everybody in the Narrows League knows Prep.
They do. Followed by just those Olympia Bears, the Yelm Tornadoes, Lincoln Abes, Stadium Tigers, Central Kitsap Cougars. So that is tough.
Well, a young team out there for South Kitsap, but there were a lot of positives. I mean, there were many times that 2 out of 3 defensive stands were very good.
True.
So a lot of positives out there for the South Kitsap team, and congratulations to Mike Miller and the Newport Knights. They came to seek some vengeance, I think, for that loss last year.
The South came down swinging. That's
They
a good
sure
thing.
did.
They did. There was never any give up, that's for sure.
Yep, excellent fight all the way through. Well, once again, we've got to thank the Kitsap Sun for streaming this game live, and Peninsula Subaru making it possible for the Sun to do that. And every Friday night, we will be bringing you a live football game.
Next
over
week, it looks
Kitsap
like it's
Sun.
going to be Clahalia at North Kitsap. So that's your heads up.
Okay. And really want to thank the production crew here at South Kitsap TV, our director, Sergio. Don't know his last name, but...
Lomeli Flores.
There you are.
Okay, all right. You said that great. And, of course, Matthew Swagger doing a yeoman's job as production coordinator, and Mr. Mike Downham. Always fun to work with Mike. And, again, congratulations to him for having put together such an excellent video production program here at South Kitsap High School. Congratulations to the school for their wins in the Emmy Awards, as we saw hosted by Joyce Taylor.
Very cool.
So very nice. And let's wrap her up by saying thank you, Curtis, for coming up, joining us here on this broadcast. A lot of really great information. and of course our man who knows the names and numbers.
That's true.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, Kitty Campagna, my partner on that other microphone, and I'm the doctor, Doc Parr, saying stay tuned. We will see you soon.